Hello and welcome back to the island of Hallow, my Animal Crossing New Horizons island. Today, we're working on the entrance. I always struggle to build the entrance because it's typically like the first part of the island that you see, and I always think I need to build something really special and extravagant for the entrance. But this time, I decided to make it simple for myself and just do something really simple and easy. But yeah, I had a lot of fun working on this build actually, so I hope you guys all enjoy it. If you do, don't forget to leave a like on the video. So I've been trying to experiment more with other furniture items that I don't typically use. Animal Crossing New Horizons, the way you decorate your island is very different to past games. I'm still not very used to it. I'm an OG, okay? I play a lot of the old games still, so it's still kind of really hard for me to figure out how to design my island sometimes. But I'm trying to put more challenges in for myself in a way and just experiment with furniture and see what looks good. So I've been using a lot of plant partitions. I'm obsessed with the plant partitions. I think I'm gonna be using them a lot as makeshift fences. I just think they're a really good way to break up space. A really nice decoration. They're a really good item in the game. If you are sleeping on plant partitions, wake the up. For the trees around the plaza, I wanted to also use fruit trees. I feel like I never use fruit trees anymore. I don't know why, but they're so cute. So this time on my island, I really want to include a lot more fruit trees. By the plaza, I put peach trees, which is the native fruit of my island. And then by the park, I put some cherries because cherries are my favorite fruit in Animal Crossing. I just never typically use a lot of the fruit trees. I think I just forget about them. So I just don't use them unless I'm making an orchard. I had to make quite a few trips to Nook's Cranny and to Harv's Island and the Paradise Planning Island to get furniture refurbished, to buy trees and saplings and flowers and customization kits and to order stuff. So a lot of the time, what I do when I have furniture items that need to be customized, for example, and I'm not bothered going to Harv's Island yet, is I just put them down as placeholders so that I know that I do in fact like where it is, and then I pick it up and I take it to Harv's Island and then I bring it back and I put it where I was planning on putting it. I think it's a good way to figure out what you want to do with the space first without going back and forth. It just gets it done so much faster. I used to just go to Harv's Island so many times and I'm like, why am I wasting my time? My villagers, they always act so silly when I am decorating. They always are getting in my way. They always get in my way. But it's kind of funny because at one point, Drake was just kind of running into the tree. Okay, Nintendo, I see you with the sleigh pathfinding mechanics. Yeah. Indie game company, by the way. Also, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to decorate my beaches. They're always the last part that I decorate though, unfortunately. I always leave the beaches to last because I use the beaches to store all my flowers so that they don't spread like a virus. So unfortunately, that means the beaches are the last part of my island that I decorate. There is already a few things that I want to change on my island. One thing about me, I'm a perfectionist. So there's always going to be things that I want to change or improve, even with the build that I've already finished. But it's only minor changes, but I think they'll make a difference. They'll at least make me happy. I'll know that I made the change and that I'm happy with it now. And I'll really be able to sleep at night knowing that I fixed that just to please my brain. But basically, I've only been using hydrangea bushes. So I don't know, it just looks kind of copy and paste with the bushes everywhere because I use bushes a lot. But I just needed variety. And recently in real life, I've taken an interest to azaleas because a lot of my neighbors have azalea bushes and they are just so pretty. They're in bloom right now. So that's why I'm so obsessed with them all of a sudden. They just really look nice. Especially in Animal Crossing, they look so cute. The other minuscule change that I want to do is I used a hyacinth lamp right next to the ramp to go up to Nook's Cranny. And I made it blue at first, and I decided I didn't like that, and I changed it to a yellow one. I wish I kept it blue, because I'm not using yellow flowers anywhere, and I'm using blue hyacinths on my island, so I feel like it just makes sense for me to change it back to the blue hyacinth. It'll make me feel better at least. Another furniture item that I've been using a lot on my island is the garden lantern. It's just so cute. It's so tiny and it just fits perfectly in the little garden spaces that I sprinkle around, and it fits perfectly on the little daisy floor designs that I have. It looks like it's blooming out of it. But yeah, I love the garden island lanterns and the street lamps. The street lamps is something that I do use kind of a lot, I will admit, but I just think they look so cute with everything. But yeah, I always use the street lamps anyway, but they just look so good with the way I've been decorating. Which, by the way, what would you call the theme of my island? Because I've been thinking and I don't know what the theme is. Like, it's just things that I like. I just found a vibe and went with it, and I don't know what the theme would be called. So if you have any ideas on what the theme of my island is, please let me know. I'm thinking maybe like a mix of like simple core, is that a thing? And like spring core, because I want to set the island to spring, because the colors are very spring. I'm building this during spring. I live in Australia, okay? It's spring here. It's spring here. I made a lot of sitting areas in this build as well, because one thing about me, I need sitting areas. I am always needing to take a seat. I have bad joints. Your girl is a grandma. Like, she needs to sit. So yeah, obviously I have to accommodate to myself because I am the island representative at the end of the day. Also, I really like how I put the 2 bikes outside of resident services. I like to think that it's Isabel and Tom Nook's bike, like they've just rode them to work and they have like a little dedicated parking area. I don't know, I just think that it's cute to think about. I like making up fake scenarios about my villages. Now, for the main like sitting / park area, I wanted to maybe use different tiles, but I ended up going with the little squares again because I don't know, the chokehold that the little yellow tiles have on me is crazy. Like, I am obsessed with them. They're just so cute. I really wanted to try and put the park fountain in just because it's such a good furniture item, but it unfortunately did not fit in the space very well, so I did not take it. But like, why do they do that to me? Like, there is so many furniture items in this game that have awkward sizing, like the shelf fountain and the destination signpost. Like, I always struggle to place them. Like, they're just such nice items, but I just struggle to make them fit, you know? Again, with the trees, I wanted to include fruit, so I alternated the cherries with just regular hardwood trees, and it turned out really cute. I really like how it looks. It looks super cute during cherry blossom season, by the way, because every second tree is pink and the other trees are cherries, and it's just so adorable. I love it. I also love how I use the flower beds. That is an item I don't really use very often, but I think I use them pretty well, if I do say so myself, just patting myself on the back for this one. I feel like I just needed a way to split up the space without using boring old fences. By the way, would y'all be interested if I did a villager hunt? I've been thinking about it and I think it'd be a really fun video. I want to let some of my villagers go because some of them have been on my island for a really long time, like since 2020, and I get really attached to my villagers, but some of them need to go. I'm looking at you, Annalise. Pack it up, babe. Pack it up. I have some dreamies in mind though, So with the park area, by the way, I love parks in real life. Parks are always a big comfort place for me. So yeah, whenever I have like a neighborly type of vibe on my island, I need to include a park. I feel like anyway, even if it didn't have like a neighborly theme, I would still put a park somewhere. I always include the jungle gym and the springy horse toy. I forgot what it's called, but it's like the rodeo style one. Because the rodeo style one, like, oh man, like, hello partner. I also popped a little gazebo off into the little corner because I ran out of plastic benches, but I'm thinking maybe changing the gazebo to a wisteria. I don't know, I might keep it just in case anyone wants to get engaged on my island. The last little area that I worked on, I left it for a few days because I didn't really know what to do with the space because, again, common theme, awkward spaces. So I left it for a few days and then I saw an island tour. I can't remember who it was by. I am so sorry. I am so frustrated that I can't remember who it was by, but the island that they were touring had this cute little dining area next to resident services. So I took some inspiration from that with like the ranch table, and I decided to make a little party table. I used the turkey day decorations to put on the table just because I think like it really adds to the party vibe. Like the balloons, it's just such a cute item. I love the turkey day decorations. Also, speaking of seasonal decor, I have put a few pumpkins around my island, and because it's nearly October, hello, Halloween, But I also was thinking of like changing out those decorations seasonally. For this area too, I didn't want to put any tiles down. I really liked how the grass looked. So I just put like a little lacy picnic rug underneath the tables just to fill in some of the green. And then with some of the leftover grass that I had available in the vicinity, I planted some flowers and bushes, and I put a little butterfly, and I put a little brustoid, of course, because I used to be a brewster myself. And I just love the sound the brustoid makes. It's just so funny to me. So that's the end of the speed build. Now we're on to the tour portion of this video to see what I've worked on. Oh my god, Freckles is wearing the dress I made! She looks so cute! Okay, so we're at Hallow Airport right now, the entrance to my island. So let's do a little tour of what we've built today. If we head off the dock, we have a cute little signpost that points towards resident services. So if we follow that sign and take the path, we have the first little area that I worked on. So we have a cute little garden here. Like I said before, the hyacinth lamp, I'm gonna change back to a blue one at some point. I just think it's gonna look nicer with all the blue around it. And to the left leads us to the cute little bicycle parking area and our seasonal decor that is subject to change each season. And if we head up the path, it just leads to resident services, which KK is currently performing in. Wow, world famous, by the way. Heading back down the path through the party lights arch leads to a little sitting area. To a little cozy area. You can sit down and have a little snack, read a little book, and check out any rubbish you have. Down here leads to our sitting area / park. So to the right leads to the gazebo. So if you want to get married on Hallow, you can. I'm sorry, the joke is overdone now, okay? And to the left leads to this sitting area. Cute little tricycle. I wish you could go on the tricycle. Anyway, we got the little shed here as well, of course, and our little park. I'm really happy with how the park turned out. And of course we have just a cute little garden area here. I really like this little stunted tree. I think it's so cute, especially now that it's pink as well. Heading back up the path and to the left leads to the last little area I decorated, which of course is our cute little party area. I think this is one of my favorite builds I've ever done. It's so small and simple, but it's so freaking cute. And of course it just leads over to the bridge, to the rest of my island that I haven't worked on yet. I have just one little area left on this section of the map, and it's the right hand side. I have to decorate all of this. I never know how to decorate the peninsula, so if you have any ideas or suggestions, send them my way, please. What the heck is that? Oh my god, have some decency. Thank you so much for joining me for today's build. I hope you enjoyed the entrance. I really am happy with how it turned out. If you enjoyed it too, please give this video a like and consider subscribing if you want to stick around to see me build the rest of my island. I'll see you next time. Bye!